the structure of what the practices are going to be like the next couple of days with Dennis?
Yeah, we've already exchanged scripts and we're ready to go for tomorrow.
What's that process like? Obviously, it's not as easy as going down the hall and talking to Joe, obviously.
No, it's pretty easy though. I mean, technology these days makes it very easy. Make a phone call, send an email, have conversation when you get it in front of you, and just kind of work together through it. And you know, we've done this the last couple of years, so you kind of have like a format, and we tweak it every time. And certainly, if there's things that you know Dennis wants, then we accommodate, and vice versa. So no, it should be good work. You know, the next 2 days.
At what point in camp do you typically have a feel for like how your team's going to come out of the gates week one, or do you ever get that feel?
I don't know if you ever do. You always feel good going into. I'd say there's very few situations I've been on with teams where you're not confident and ready to go to start the season. So, but there's a lot of time between now and then, and we just got to make sure that we continue to get a little bit better each and every day. And it was nice to see some new faces out there again yesterday, but you know, hopefully we can continue to stay healthy and or get healthier as we approach the season and get these guys ready to go.
So could you not, like last summer, have any sense that, you know, what happened week one was kind of in the works? Like you had no feel like that was going to happen, and then could this week help that, just because, and not just because it's the same team, but
yeah, no, we got it put to us pretty good last year. Definitely was not anticipating that, if that's the question. But it's the National Football League, and I think it's a great lesson that if no matter who you're going against, when you're going against them, if you don't bring your A game each and every day, that can happen to you. It's a humbling league, and certainly that was not one of our finest moments.
What was the thinking trying Zach at left guard for John yesterday?
Oh, we're just going to continue to work through different combinations and try to create as much competition as possible, and let's see kind of where it goes.
What do you thought of just how Zach's handled that, though? You know, working different spots throughout camp. You know,
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. You know, especially it's not easy to do that with a rookie that doesn't have maybe the time on task with where you feel really good about him in one position, and then you start to cross train in another. And but for a young guy to handle it the way he has, I thought has been pretty impressive.
Along the same lines, how has Royce taken to the reps at right tackle after basically playing right guard last year?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job. You know, it can always be better, but that's why we go out there and practice, and he's working hard, and you know, he's getting some great training going against our defensive front. So that goes for everybody up front on our offensive line.
What's your feel for where Christian Watson's at mentally after missing so much time?
I think he's in a good place, but until you get out there and do it, and you don't, you know, you really want them. I think you get a better indication when you get the call it periods where there's no script, where you're just rattling off plays. That's when you really know if a guy has got it kind of locked down. I think that's even more difficult in training camp than it is going into a game, because in a game you game plan, you know certain ways how you're going to run whatever play it may be. But when you get into training camp, it's just everything's right there for you, and it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Coach, how did you feel like Tunyon and Jenkins and Watson did on their first day back after coming off that?
Well, it was definitely a shot in the arm for our team. I think just even though it was, you know, just the jog through portion and individual, I thought they looked good. So we'll see. Hopefully they can, again, continue to get a little bit better and stronger and healthier and more confident each and every day.
Do you think this is the biggest week for the ones, getting this live work with the Saints, seeing as they probably won't play in the next two preseason games?
Who said they won't play?
Well, if they don't.
Okay. Well, yes, if they don't. then I would say that that is correct. It is a big week, but they're all big. I mean, you got to take advantage of every opportunity we go out there, and I don't mean that just as coach speak. Like, I mean that whether it's a jog through session, you can always work at the little details, and if you do the mundane things correctly on a consistent basis, that's where you see improvement, and that's where you see growth. So everything these guys do, and I know it's they probably get tired of hearing it from us in some regards, but I think there's a lot of truth in it.
What have you thought of Kingsley and Nagenberry both in the preseason game, and then yesterday he thought he had 3 sacks. And
You know his
two in a row.
nickname?
What's that?
Do you know his nickname?
JJ, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you guys call him?
yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think of JJ yesterday, and did he have 3 sacks?
3, is that what you had him down
That's
for?
what he had him for
Oh,
preseason.
okay.
I gave him the choice of 2 or 3. I mean, if I gave him the choice of 8, he probably would have said 10.
I'm sure he would have. We were just kind of arguing about that in the team meeting, you know, because you got the whole defense saying sack, and the offense is saying no, and you know, it gets fun. But like, it's tough to tell whether or not some of those were sacks and weren't. I think maybe 2 of those for sure probably were. But no, I think he's given great effort. I think a big thing for him is just going to be his ability to help us on special teams as well. Just that role. We need, you know, our backups in that position to contribute in that area. And, you know, there's still a lot of growth, not only on the defensive side, but with teams in particular. And so hopefully he continues to get better in that area, and as well as more developed as a defensive player, as a pass rusher. I think for a lot of guys in that position in particular, there is a learning curve. It seems like outside backer, D-line, it takes that position a little bit longer to learn how to set people up, especially when you're talking about pass rush and just getting more moves in their bag, I would say.